So here he. Now I just happened to jump in the chat and say fifth quarter, and I see it look like Colts and Cowboys going at it. I don't even know the backstory on that, but I have no idea what's going on over there. But at the same time, why am I not surprised that Scott once again is getting into a wrestling match with words with people? At the end of the day, my thing is like, Scott, you starting to be known as a dude that's just running his mouth, ain't putting no work in when it comes to the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You got in your feelings. I know you got in your feelings when I called you a doorknob, right? And you say, "Oh, you calling me a hoe, this and that." But the thing is, that's a metaphor. Like, I'm talking about trades and stuff, but I was using, speaking about women and comparing you to doorknobs with trades to women in real life. Like, did you understand the metaphor that I was using? I don't know you personally to call you a hoe outside the game. But what I'm saying, when it comes to trading on this game, you are a hoe. So why take that personal? I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you not grasping? I don't know you to call you out your name outside of Madden, dude. And so I'm just saying with that, I'm just making comparisons. I'm just saying different things as far as what I'm seeing. As far as with you and Josh right now, I don't know what took place or anything. I just got back in the crib not too long ago, and I said, let me just do a fifth, just to tackle. Now look, here's the thing, man. Yeah, a unfortunate mistake happened. You understand? We advanced, we skipped re-sign, you know, no, no, I mean, look, I ain't here to tell you to respect him, bro. I mean, like, my thing is like, my thing was me and him clash, not cause no on the field stuff, right? Like, not when it comes to playing, because I feel like when it comes to talking about on the field playing, me and him are two different planets, right? We talking about a guy who never made the playoffs, so that wasn't even the issue with me getting into it with him. My issue was that you tried to say some slick stuff about setting wins for me and the Jags to make the playoffs, like stuff like that. I'm not going to take lightly because it's like you planting seeds like that, and I don't know, somebody might hear that and actually believe that for a second. Now I'm going to give the league the benefit of the doubt of everybody that know me know I don't move like that. But still in all, why would you say things like that? And if you one of them dudes that just get caught up in your emotions and you just start saying anything, then dude, don't say nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Because like you can't say stuff like that and then think that, oh, I ain't really mean it like that. Well, guess what? When it comes out a certain way, it sure sounds like you are saying certain things. So you gotta be careful with your words, man. Um, Now look, as far as what's going on in the league, man, yeah, a situation happened. We advanced past the re-sign. It was an accident. Nobody meant to do it, right? But here's the thing, and I understand, yes, it affects everybody. You understand? It affects guys several ways. And let me just give you an examples. You know, if you didn't have no money to sign your guy, but you was gonna franchise him, it affects you. When you someone like me who had the money to franchise him, but now you gotta sign him because he in free agency, it still affects me. You get what I'm saying? It affects you both ways. Like Daniel Hunter, I wasn't going to sign him. I was just going to franchise him, but now I got to sign him, and it affects me. It's more money now. So it's like, I didn't, it affects everyone. But here's the thing, guys. This ain't no money league. Why y'all get bent out of shape? This is just a free league. You understand? We do this for rec. Like, it ain't that deep. We'll figure it out, and we'll do the best we can to make it work. Now, here's what I don't understand. If we've been talking about what happened, if we've been talking about what happened since yesterday, how is it that right now only the people that got a bid, only bids that should be on plays is the guys that was on people's teams? Why is this turning into a science project? What's so hard about it? Honestly, we should have been able to advance today. I don't see what's so hard about what was said. Yo, if the guy was on your team, put a bid on him. Nobody bid on him. Simple stuff. I mean, simple fourth and fifth grade comprehension. I don't understand what the problem is. Like, we should not be sitting here still saying, yo, well, we just not going to advance. What is the big deal? I mean, like, I know I can't be the only one feeling like, yo, how hard is this to grasp simple instructions? Like, why is it that I got to go and say, yo, don't put a play? But here's the other problem. A lot of y'all don't pay attention. That's another thing. A lot of y'all don't pay attention. And here's the thing with that. If you don't pay attention, you're gonna end up getting lost because it's so much. You gotta understand, it's 32 guys in the league. We ain't got time to keep repeating the same things 4 and 5 times. Well, by the time we say something, is we done had to move on to 3 or 4 different things already. Pay attention to what's going on. Like, do you guys know that pay attention mean you don't have to sit in the chat all day? It just means you could check the chat periodically just to tap your head in to see what's going on to get caught up with the latest. Boom, that's it. Keep it moving. What is so hard about the simple stuff that we said? Yes, yes, what's going on right now is something that's we gotta fix to the best of our ability. Yes, it's an inconvenience about what happened, but so what? Like, things happen. We're gonna fix it and we're gonna move on. You understand? Like, the thing about it is that me personally, my first reaction was that, yo, there's nothing I can do. We just gonna let everybody just have to bid out for all the players. That was my first reaction to it. But then, you know, um, a commissioner was like, nah, we can't penalize the league for our mistake. All right, cool. You know what? You're right. So let's let everybody re-sign their players back they had. But me personally, I was just going to leave it and just say, yo, it's unfortunate what happened, but yo, we just going to be in a free agency frenzy. Because I felt like at least with that, it would have been less headache. It would have been a lot of guys complaining about guys that they lost, but at least it would have been less of a headache. I would have thought that don't going this route saying, yo, look, if you had a guy on your team and you lost him due to our error, just go ahead and put a bid on him. I thought that's something simple. 8 o'clock, come boom, we advance to the next stage. That's it. Simple as that. But nah, we got 2 and 3 guys on bids that shouldn't even be there. You know what I mean? So let me just go ahead and check now, being that I'm on, and just see what's what. But y'all guys make things way more difficult than what it need to be. This is elementary stuff, man. Like, it ain't that difficult. Henley, this is the Chargers linebacker. Why does he have 2 offers on him? I have no idea. I have no idea. Now, granted, I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt and say whoever the other guy is, whoever the other user is that have a bid on him, maybe he put the bid on him and he haven't been back in the crib since. All right, I'm open to that. That's understandable. Maybe that did happen. But I'm telling you now, there's no way come tomorrow evening, because the draft is tomorrow. The draft is tomorrow, and I'm telling you now, anybody who signed a player that they shouldn't have signed, I'm going to violate you. What I mean by violate you, I'm going to turn down the player. And you can cut him and do whatever you want to do. Cap penalty yours. I'm going to turn down a player, and then I'm going to create that player. I'm going to create that same player for the team that lost them. But whoever signs players that they shouldn't sign, I'm going to violate. And it's not even me violating, really. It's me just really just correcting something that I shouldn't even have to do. But for some guys to act like they don't pay attention to whatever, all right, cool. I'm saying 48 hours, if you ain't pay attention to what was going on and you signed guys that you shouldn't have signed, I'm turning him down. I'm turning them all the way down. Speed zero, everything zero. And you're going to be stuck with a guy on your team. You can go ahead and cut him, but that cap penalty is still going to hit you. So I'm saying if you got a bid on the guy that you shouldn't have it on, you might as well go ahead and take it off. Granted, if you can't do it right now because you're not home yet, you did it earlier and you out, you ain't all right, cool. I'm saying, but come tomorrow. The draft is 8 o'clock. The advance is going to be at 7 o'clock. Come 7 o'clock tomorrow, if anybody like this guy Henley, who's the Chargers middle linebacker, if it's still 2 bids on there, and whoever the other team is that wins the bid and gets this player, he's going to be turned down on your team. And good luck trying to play with a guy that's zero everything. And if you cut him, you can cut him, but that's still a cap penalty on your team. So you might as well save yourself a headache and just take the bid off of him. You know what I mean? Like, it's really not that difficult, man. Like, it really is nothing to even debate about. Something happened. We trying our best to make it right. You understand? And it was brought to me, like I said, the only thing to make it right is to say, yo, we're gonna have to let guys sign. We're gonna have to let guys sign their players back. All right, cool. Again, that wasn't my first reaction. My first reaction was, yo, we just gonna have to let everybody just bid. It's gonna be bidding wars. Because I felt like that would be less of a headache. But then it was told to me like, nah, I don't think that we should do that, because we punishing the league for our mistake. You know what? It makes total sense. So let's go that route. Let's just let the guys sign their player back. Who the other players are? That's a good question, bro. I don't even know. I just know the ones that was told to me. You know what I'm saying? I just know the ones that was told to me. Now, I don't think there's a lot of guys I don't think there's a lot of users that got bids on players that they shouldn't. But even if it's one, that's one too many. You understand? I don't know who the other guys. Now, at this point, if you got a bid on somebody and nobody said nothing, then obviously it's cool. But here's the other thing. Don't be that guy to after advance telling us, yo, such and such bid on my guy. It's too late. Let me add that in there too. If you don't say nothing before the advance is 7 o'clock tomorrow. 7 Eastern tomorrow is free agency advance. If you did not say anything before 7 Eastern about somebody got a bid on your player, do not come at 7:15 telling anybody, yo, such and such bid on my player. If you ain't say nothing, that's it. You lost out. But if you did, I'm telling you, if you did say something, like in this case, Henley, the middle linebacker for the Chargers, if you got a bid on him and it's there and you win the bid, I'm turning all the attributes down. Now the other player for the Chargers is the receiver, Quentin Johnson. What do you mean? What do you mean they have to bid on stage one? Yeah, you got to bid on stage one. If this your guy, well, if ain't no bids on him, he'll be there stage two. That's fine. But what I'm saying is that don't run the risk of you know what I'm saying, any bogus stuff, computer signing somebody. Don't run the risk of any of that. Just go ahead and sign your players now. All right. Well, this is the Chargers' other player. He got one bid, so I'm guessing this is Big Game James with his bid on him. You know what I mean? But this middle linebacker definitely don't need no bid on him. My guy, Danielle Hunter, he shouldn't have no bid on him except mine. He got two. See what I'm saying? Somebody got to take their bid off of him. And I'm saying, here's the other thing. I I left out my crib this morning at like 5:30 in the morning. I put this bid on Hunter at like before I left, at like 10 after 5. About 5:15 in the morning, I put the bid on Danielle Hunter. I'm saying it's now 10 o'clock at night. Why is there still a bid on Danielle Hunter? And we've been in the chat since yesterday saying don't bid on guys' players. All right, cool. If you didn't know, if you don't know, you didn't know. Now you know. You can't tell me you didn't know since yesterday, since today, and even tomorrow. I'm telling you now, whoever the other user is, if you got a bid on Danielle Hunter, come tomorrow at advance. If you signed Danielle Hunter will be on your team with zero everything. And you'll have a nice little cap penalty should you want to release him. But that's the price. That's the price that you pay for not paying attention. Because if you part of a league, you got to pay attention, especially at this time during the off season. Don't you want to know what's going on with advance, with draft? Like, come on, man. Like, there's no such thing as you in the league and you don't know what's going on. If that's the case, then you might as well not be in the league. Like, come on, who we kidding? Like, if you out of the loop that much, then obviously you just don't need to be in the league. Simple as that. This ain't no science project. Like, this ain't that difficult. It's simple stuff. If you can't pay attention to what's going on in the league and you out of the loop and you never know what's going on, yo, this ain't for you. Obviously, this ain't for you. Like, because at the end of the day, we ain't babying nobody, man. Ain't no 10-year-olds in here. You know, everybody here is grown. It's simple stuff. Yo, don't do this, don't do that. Like, come on. Like, what do we, why do we got to repeat the same things over and over? Like, I'm really trying to understand that. You understand? I'm really trying to understand that. For the life of me, I can't figure that one out. You know, we had an incident earlier with the trading thing, right? Now, you guys already know that you shouldn't be trading unless you get the approval. Now, I got a few things to say about this whole trading thing. Number one, as commissioners, we gotta do a better job on responding to guys when they putting the trades out there for us to check out. That's number one, first and foremost. We can't be dragging our feet. You understand? Because like BAP shouldn't be the only one to have to get to things 4 or 5 days later. Like it's too many commissioners for anybody to be feeling like they got to do the brunt of everything. That's first and foremost. The second thing is, even though we all commissioners, yo, we all got lives outside this game. So even with that, we might not be able to get to something as soon as you would like. But that don't mean you go ahead and make the trade. Like you gotta wait. You can't just go ahead and just make a deal and just say, yo, I said it, I put it in the chat, I put it in the commish chat, I put it in the chat. If ain't nobody say nothing, like, so what you think? You just go ahead and make the deal? So what happens if we finally get to it and we say, nah, trade ain't good? Now what happens? What you gonna say? Oh, so what we gotta do to make it right? Yo, I don't know what you gotta do to make it right. What you gotta do to make it right? How about send the trade back and now it ain't no trade? How about that? How about that making it right? Because we can't keep saying, yo, trade got to be approved, and then at the end of the day, guys is making trades before we even get a chance to say anything. So from now on, it's like, yo, if you go ahead and make a deal before anybody say nothing, yo, what I gotta do to make it right? All right, this is what you gotta do to make it right. Ain't no deal. Y'all send the trade back and that's it. Y'all can't make a trade no more. You understand? As commissioners, how is any commissioners making any trades with anybody before the approval come? Like, come on, what are we doing here? Like, if that's the case, we might as well say ain't no commissioners. We just got dudes in the league to just advance. That's it. Everybody do what they want. What made whatever it takes league dope is because the way it's ran. That's what made it dope. And it's because of y'all, really. How many times I say, no matter how many times y'all be like, yo, I ain't gonna front, yo, Q, you one of the best commissions I ever seen. Cool, I appreciate the compliment, but guess what? If I don't have uses, I'm not even in a position for you to even say that to me. So obviously the credit so obviously the credit goes to y'all. But at the same time, when y'all start acting like, all right, it's no holds barred, then it's like, yo, man, then now the league is getting out of hand. And before I just let a league just dissipate under my watch, there won't be no league. I said that before. I don't get paid for this. I got too much stuff going on in my real life to worry about and to really take up my time to sit up here worrying about a league that I ain't getting no bread from. Now, another thing about the league that I told y'all before, I want to take the league to a point to get recognized. Well, somebody invest some money into this. Um, I don't know if Mike Evans. I don't know. We got to let Murph speak up and say that. I don't recall hearing Murph say anything about Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying? But I'll DM Murph. You know what I'm saying? Murph will let it be known. To be honest with you, Murph would have said something already if he didn't. If he did care about Mike Evans, I mean, unless I missed it, I can't recall Murph saying no bid on Mike Evans. I could be wrong, but I haven't seen that yet. But again, I'll follow up and find out for clarification. But look, like I was saying, as far as the league, um, okay, he said don't bid on Evans. If he said don't bid on Evans, especially because he's out of town, then that's it. We can't bid on him. You know what I'm saying? We can't bid on him. We gotta let it rock. But as far as the league, remember when I told y'all to send me clips, I said, yo, send me clips and stuff of like, highlights from your. All right, cool. So yeah, he'll get them back. I told y'all send me clips of highlights from your games because I want to take this league stuff to another level. Meaning, like, I want to come up with a real present. I want the fifth quarter to have a real presentation. I want it to feel like a real network, like ESPN type joint. You understand what I'm saying? I want viewers that don't even know nothing about nothing, because I done had dudes tell me already. I done had dudes that's been in the league tell me they've been around other dudes and other dudes like when I do the fifth quarter, they be like, yo, I ain't gonna front, that joint dope. Like he got that joint from like a real sports network. So right, so I'd have had several compliments about that. So I'm like, yo, let's try to take this to another level. Let's try to turn this into some money. Now I'm gonna tell you straight up right now, if I could get somebody to catch wind of what we got going on with the league in the fifth quarter, and they be like, yo, I like what you're doing over there, yo, I want to invest in it. I will pay everybody that's in the league. I won't just say, yo, I finally ran into a situation where I'm getting paid off of running the Madden League. I would pay y'all also. Whatever he paid me, I will break y'all off. And y'all know I'm not just up here talking. I say what I mean what I say. If I get this league jumping and I get somebody to invest in this league and they be like, yo, I want to invest, I want to give you 20 stacks. 10 stacks or whatever, you know what I mean, to do what you need to do as far as production for the league to take it to another level. I will get on here, go live and put y'all on and tell y'all, yo, look, I ran into a situation. This is what every user going to get paid. I'm going to pay every user such and such just for being in the league. You understand what I'm saying? Because we all a part of this. So if anybody come across this and they say, yo, I like what you guys doing, that means they like all of us. They like the users in the league. They like what I'm talking about when it comes to the users. Now, of course, some of y'all might not make the cut. You know what I'm saying? We might end up get if it comes to that point where I start paying you dudes and saying, yo, look, everybody that's in it getting bread, some of y'all might get the boot just because it's like, yo, nah, this we gonna bring somebody else that's gonna do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Or I might just keep everybody. Who knows? But y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. If it ever gets to, and I'm trying to get it there, by the way. That's why I told you. Yo, send me clips and highlights because I'm trying to create some stuff. So when I tell you, so you say you quit your job. So when I tell you, yo, I'm trying to take this to another level, trust me, that's what I'm trying to do. The fifth quarter, I'm trying to turn this fifth quarter into something no different than what y'all see on Fox Sports One, ESPN, those type of things. You understand? A real presentation talking about what's going on in our league. It's just that instead of real NFL is what we got going on in the league. And if somebody give me some money to invest, they say, yo, look, whatever you need to bring this to another level, this for you. I'm gonna get on here, go live and tell y'all, yo, look, we popping, y'all. Somebody investing in us. Yo, look, every user gonna get X amount of dollars. I'm gonna pay y'all. We gonna be live. This ain't no just me. Ain't no one man above the crew. Cause if 15 users leave the league now, ain't no league. So I'm not gonna shortchange y'all and play y'all out. Nah, if I eat, we all eat. But I'm telling you, that's what I'm trying to take it to. We've been doing this thing way too long to not try to get no paper out of this. I mean, I don't know about y'all. That's how I feel. I mean, I love playing, obviously for competition reasons. But no, all right, what better way than still compete, but we getting some paper out of it? You understand what I'm saying? Like now, it just hits a little different. It ain't money that's coming out of my pocket. It's money. It's money that somebody gave up to say, yo, look, I like what you guys got going on. I want to be a part of it. All right, cool. I'm gonna get on here and say, yo, listen, we live, y'all. This is what we got going on. But that's just what I'm trying to take it to. It's a work in progress, obviously, but that's what I'm working on behind the scenes as far as trying to put this fifth quarter presentation thing together. The presentation is just going to be like when I say fifth quarter going live, and when I air it, and when I go live to air it, before I even start talking and get on it, you're going to see the highlights. You're going to see clips and highlights from our league, no different than what you would see in a real NFL presentation. That's what I'm working on. You understand what I'm saying? I already know when I start doing stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying, and the right person come across and be like, yo, fifth quarter Madden League, what's going on over here? What these guys? Oh, I ain't gonna front. This joint is dope. Yo, who run this joint? Yo, listen, like what you got going on, what you need? What you need to make this pop even more? You understand? And then I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna pay y'all. Yo, listen, y'all, we in it. We getting some bread out this. Everybody who's in it. I don't care if you're the best user or the worst user. But again, everybody might not make the cut. That's when I might be like, yo, nah, this ain't for homie. Dudes ain't paying attention. Dudes ain't in the loop or nothing. Nah, this ain't for you. So I'd rather give the bread to somebody else that's gonna be on it. But that's what I'm trying to do with that. Now, again, as far as the trades, man, we gotta do. I already said what I said about you. You can't make no deals until you get the approval. But again, I get it though. If you send somebody, if you send one of the commissioners and tell us about a trade on Monday, and here it is Friday, and you ain't getting no feedback, yeah, I can understand. Because now by that time you done played 2 games already. It's like, yo, what's up? I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this receiver. I'm trying to get this cornerback. So I understand that too. So that's why I said, as commissioners, we gotta do a better job of responding at a faster pace. Don't drag your feet. And listen, as commissioners, yo, some of y'all got to stop being afraid to be the bad guy. Yo, if you know a trade is whack, call it out. Like, don't just keep letting stuff slide and then say, yo, I don't care. Yo, I ain't tripping on the trade. No, you should trip. You know what I'm saying? You should trip on it because, like I said, some of these guys in the league don't have a clue on what they're doing when it comes to trading for the life of them. Some of them just don't. Some of y'all just don't know what y'all doing. No matter how many times I get up here and talk about trades, some of y'all just don't know what y'all doing at all. Like, and it kills me. Some of y'all, and it's crazy because you'll have a dope young wide receiver. You'll trade him for a draft pick. And guess what? You're drafting a wide receiver. What sense did that make? You just had a receiver. Why are you drafting another one? You understand? This is the clown stuff that some people do. Trade a running back, for a lesser caliber running back, then go trade that running back for another running back, and then say, and got the nerve to say, yo, man, I need a running back in this draft. What? Yo, I know you ain't just like this, and I'm not fabricating nothing. I'm telling you, this stuff really happens. This stuff really happens, yo. Like, I'm starting to think that some of y'all just get more fun. I feel like some of y'all just feel like, well, I ain't winning no games. I ain't making no playoffs. I ain't competing. I might as well just go ahead and make trades. Some of y'all get more fun out of trading than playing, it seemed like, because every Madden, it's the silly trades. So what you heard me saying lately, I'm tired of playing Captain Saberhole. I'm tired of being the dude that's saying, yo, nah, this trade is trash. You know what I'm saying? This trade is trash. So now it's like, yo, thumbs up for me, no matter how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs up. Because like it's really because the dudes just don't know what they're doing. So if you don't know what you're doing, how about you just stop trading? How about you just focus on building your team? Like, what is this thrill that some of y'all got with trading? Like, what is such a fascination that you feel like you just gotta make a deal? Like, y'all just see what's going on with other users, you just want to be down. You know what some of y'all remind me of? Some of y'all remind me, and some of y'all some of y'all is gonna identify what I'm about to say. You know how like when you got a dude that like he's like the errand boy. You send him to the store, you make him do this, you make him do that, and he be so happy. He be so happy to be around y'all that he's happy to be the store runner. Like, that's how some of y'all remind me of. You understand? Because I know coming up, we had dudes that'll be under us, and we'd be like, yo, listen, go to the store, man. Yo, go to the store, go get this, go get that. And dude would be so hyped to just be around us. He's happy to go to the store. Yo, I don't care. I'll go to the store. You know what I'm saying? Because he happy to be around certain dudes. You understand? So I feel like that's how it is with some of these guys when it come to trading. Some dudes just be so hyped they just feel like, oh, such and such want to make a trade with me. Yeah, I'm making a trade. Who want to trade? Yo, shut up. Stop making deals. Play your games. Build your team. Like, some of y'all don't even know how to build guys up. Like, to be honest with you, some of y'all, yeah, the water boy. You understand? Some of y'all just need traded players. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't build nobody up. You don't know how to build nobody up or nothing. So, so getting guys to build up does nothing for y'all. Some of y'all. Some of y'all just need players that's already equipped. Y'all don't need that. Y'all don't need that hidden. Y'all need the unhidden. Y'all need it for it already to say X Factor or superstar. Because hidden is like, even if all you gotta do is just play, you know, um, even if you just gotta play 500 snaps, that's hard for some of y'all to do. Even accomplish that. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm just looking at the trades constantly, bozo trades, one bozo trade after another. Like it's nonstop. And then some of y'all really try to make sense of it and say, oh, I need a fast running back. Oh, I need a fast cornerback. I need a fast receiver. Y'all come up with the logic for the craziness that y'all do. Like, and it still don't make no sense. So you go ahead and make this deal because you say, what? Because you need a fast cornerback. And then I look at the players that you giving up, and now you got more holes. You got more holes than what you did before you made the trade. Some of y'all end up with more holes after the trade than you had before the trade. Translation, don't make the trade. Don't make the trade. Simple as that. But again, some of y'all just, and you know how I know a lot of y'all don't know what y'all doing when it comes to trades? Y'all don't even put the guys on the market. Like, y'all don't even put the guys in the chat to see who come with the best offer. Y'all would just go in a DM, talk one-on-one with a dude and make a deal, and then the deal be terrible. So it's like, yo, why you ain't just put the dude in the chat and say, yo, best deal, we making the deal. Like, whoever come with the best trade, that's the deal I'm doing. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so that's the thing, man. Like I say, some of y'all just remind me of the dudes that always get sent to the store and just be so hyped. Yo, they asked me to go to the store. Yeah, they ask you to go to the store because, yo, that's that they say, yo, go to the store. You understand? Like that's how they looking at you. You the runner. You understand? Like, and that's how I feel like some dudes are when they come to trade. Some dudes are just so happy just to be in a position to trade with somebody. That they making outrageous trades. Like for what, dude? Like I don't understand that. You know, I'm looking at the Colts trade Anthony Richardson, X Factor, for some knucklehead quarterback named Screwball. Screwball. All right, cool. Granted, the name ain't got nothing to do with the attributes because he could have been official. But it just so happens, yo, man, the dude attributes is terrible, and his name is Screwball. So yeah, that his name fit that whole trade. Screwball, screwball. That's exactly what just happened. You understand? Like I'm trying to figure out if who trades Anthony Richardson X Factor for what, and then you say, and this is how I know you don't even know what you're doing. You say because he keep getting hurt. Did you even realize that you can build up injury on players? Like I don't understand that. Like this is what I'm saying. Like you trade Quentin Richardson. I mean not Quentin Richardson, Anthony Richardson, who's baby Lamar. Like no lie, when it comes to speed, I think Anthony Richardson is the fastest next quarterback on the game. Either him or Josh Allen, one of them. But I think Anthony Richardson got Josh Allen beat. And you trade him for a quarterback named Screwball. Like you got screwed big time with that. And then you got the nerve to talk about, yo, you need a quarterback. Yo, you had a quarterback. You had a quarterback. Like, what do you mean you need a quarterback? You had a quarterback. What did you trade him for? Like, I don't understand that. And then yo, man, you can't. Nah, I don't think Daniels. I think Anthony Richardson is faster than 90. You know what? I could go look. I'm pretty sure Anthony Richardson. He's got to be 90. He's got to be at least 90 or 91. I don't think Anthony Richardson is in no 80s. Yeah, 91. That's baby Lamar, man. Like who is trading that? Like who getting rid of that? 96 throwing power. Yo, who's getting rid of that? Who's getting rid of 91 speed, 96 throwing power? And oh yeah, by the way, I didn't say this trade was trash too. You understand what I'm saying? Like I didn't give this, but I might have gave it a thumbs up just cause. But yo, this trade was horrible. You understand? This trade was horrible. Like I don't understand who trading baby Lamar for a dude named Screwball. Like, and then I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something else. Look at this guy, Screwball, 76 speed. 76 speed Screwball. Who's a 72 overall? Now, granted, the arrow is pointing down, so maybe he's -3 overall. Let's say he's 75 overall. 75 overall, 76 speed quarterback. Let me tell you something. If this quarterback was on free agency, ain't nobody signing him. I don't care. I don't care. All he wanted was 500,000. Ain't nobody signing this quarterback over free agency. I don't care if it's zero bonus. Nobody touching him. And you trade for him? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like this is what I mean by the trades. This is what I mean by trades is like terrible trades. You know what I'm saying? Terrible trades. Terrible trades, yo. Like, come on, yo. I mean you cannot make this up. You know, we can't make this up. You know what I mean? So when I say you're a doorknob, understand why I'm calling you a doorknob because and the thing about it is that you got to understand when I call you a doorknob, I'm speaking about Madden, dude. Like, if you taking it personal for real life, that's on you. I'm speaking Madden purposes. For Madden purposes, you always made horrible trades. Always. You always been the dude that if dudes see you in the league, everybody run into your DM like you a hot chick off IG. You understand? Everybody running your DMs. Everybody running your DMs immediately, sending you all type of offers. Why? Because they already know what type of time you on. That's why. But again, it's the yo, they sending me to the store effect. Yo, go to the store, and get this. Yo, go to the store and get that. Like, come on, man. It's that effect. Like, you cannot make this up, yo. You cannot make this up at all. You understand? And then and people got the nerve to get in their feelings. Yo, come on, man. You don't need to be making no more trades, bro. No more trades. You need to just concentrate on your team. Screwball. If I had a quarterback on my team named Screwball, I'd have went and edit his name. You know what I mean? I'd have changed his name to something else. You know what I mean? I just would have took the screw off and put whatever else ball. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't leave him Screwball. With them type of numbers, nah, I would get mad just looking at that name with them numbers. 76 speed quarterback. That's gotta be the slowest quarterback in the league. Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's like unbelievable, bro. He changed his name to Screwball? Nah, I don't think so. His name was Screwball beforehand because when I played him, I seen that name Screwball. And if he changed it, he only changed it after I said something the other day. But I already seen that name up there early in the season when I played him in the regular season. And I wasn't even going at him. And I wasn't even going at him and remember seeing that. I'm like, Screwball, like, yo, what a coinky think that the terrible guy you got in the trade name is Screwball. Like, come on, man. Like this you can't make this stuff up, yo, at all. You know? You can't make this stuff up. Like I actually No, I know what you're saying, but I don't. I could have sworn his name was Screwball from the gate. You know what I mean? I could have sworn it was Screwball from the gate. But I mean, listen. I could be wrong. I just felt like I seen that Screwball name on that quarterback when I had to play him. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't think he made the change then, but I could be wrong. Maybe he did do it. I don't know. But whatever the case is, man. If it changed his name to that, that ain't got nothing to do with what the dude's stats is. 76 speed. Like, who's trading for a quarterback like that? Like, what are you looking at? Like, I don't know. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it at all. Like, like, I don't understand what make you look at a guy like that and be like, yeah. Yeah, yeah, we can do the deal. What? We can do the deal, and you get rid of Anthony Richardson. Man, I'm never gonna understand certain stuff. I'm never gonna understand how certain people think when it comes to trades or anything. I'm never gonna understand it. Some people just been horrible. Like I say, you can't be a horrible GM and a horrible player. You cannot. And if you are, then you need to just chill out from the trading, chill out from stuff, and just focus on, you know what I'm saying, just getting better. You know, that's it. He was looking at the number 3 pick. Nah, bro, I can't even admit that. He's been a horrible guy with trading for Maddens, every Madden. Going back to the PS4, he's always been horrible with trades. Always, always. That's just the way he is. He's always been like that, man. Always. Ain't nothing changed. Yeah, Norm, you just said it. You just said it. You just nailed it. Ain't no quarterback better than Anthony Richardson. Let me just let you know that. He ain't gonna get no quarterback better than him. Right about now, you're a dog chase. Right about now, he's a dog chasing his tail. You understand? You're never gonna catch it, but you're gonna keep running around, and every other day you're gonna be like, "Oh, I almost got it. Oh, I got it today." No, you don't. Um, you traded the quarterback, and then now he got the audacity to draft another quarterback. This is what I mean. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Now he want to draft a quarterback. Yo, man, like I just like I said, but again, I digress. It's the go to the store effect. It's that syndrome. Yo, 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 son, yo, run to the store. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. Like, the, yo, man, the dude, yeah, the dude traded Jonathan Taylor to the Browns for Myles Garrett. It was other players involved, but those were the two major players. Yeah, and you got a running back. You got the rookie running back that's on the Browns in real life. I think his name is Junkins or something like that. Junkins is not on the team anymore. Myles Garrett not on the team anymore. I mean, so you just saying, yo, anything goes, and you wonder why I came up with the name Doorknob. Wonder why. Wonder where the Doorknob name came from. But again, man, it ain't personal towards you as far as who you are outside the game, because again, I don't know you. But um, what Screwball, right? His name was Screwball, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I know I seen that name. I know I seen that name Screwball up there. I don't think he went and changed his name to that. I'm telling you, I could have sworn I remember seeing Screwball because I couldn't believe that the name just fit. I'm like, yo, it just so happens the dude name is Screwball. Like you say, go to transactions. Um, where is transactions at? I can't even find. Oh, I'm bugging. It's right in my face. I'm looking for edited, right? Player edited, yeah. See, he didn't edit his name. I told you. Look, Norm, ain't no edit up there for that quarterback. That's his name, Screwball. I know I wasn't tripping because I couldn't believe it. I'm like, yo, it just so happens this dude name happened to be Screwball. He got the player from Dre. He came from the Rams. Yeah, see, that player, he ain't edit that name. Nah, bro, that's the name. Dre couldn't wait to get a player off his team named Screwball. And he found the right dude to send him to. Like, unbelievable, yo. Like, and commissions, how did y'all approve that trade? Like, how did y'all look at that trade and say, cool? But I understand though, y'all must have felt like you know what it is too? Like people getting tired of seeing the same dude constantly up getting that's the dude right there, Judkins, the Russian, the running back. Um the third from the Rams. Look, the dude Judkins is also on Dre's team. So not only did he give Dre the running back that he got from the Browns, who he just happened to trade for Jonathan Taylor, he sent the Judkins dude to the Rams and Anthony Richardson and took the slow running back Kyron Williams, who actually wasn't even starting for him. Yo, man, I could literally stay here and talk about this till tomorrow, till the draft. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man. I can't call it. I can't call it at all. Like I'm trying to figure out how did Drake even pull off that heist. You know what I mean? Because like, but I get it though. Dudes got tired of Scott with these bogus trades and just like, yo, man, at this point it's whatever. F it. Go ahead, Scott. Keep bumping your head. But that's my swag with it though. That's my swag with it now. When I keep saying you can't, I'm tired of playing Captain Saberho. Yo, man, for all you dudes that keep making these terrible trades and don't know what you're doing, yo, go ahead, keep doing it. Keep on killing yourself. Keep on shooting yourself with your own heat. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not trying to get up here and save anybody. Like, nah. You guys want to keep making trades with Murph? You want to keep making trades with the top players in the league and helping them out? Go ahead. Go ahead. If you really think that you know, coming up, go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing. Then then I got another guy. Then I got another guy who was trying to trade his his first overall pick and had the audacity to say he's going to miss the draft. Now, you stop me when I'm wrong and tell me what's wrong with what I just said. For anybody that missed that, let me repeat that. You got the number one overall pick and you trying to trade it and say, I'm going to miss the draft. I want to see who's the first to catch what I just said and tell me what's the problem with that. What I just said. I mean, I am not the smartest guy in the world, right? But correct me if I'm wrong. If you got the number one pick, I mean, does it matter if you home the draft or not? I mean, when you got the number one pick, you literally get any player that you want. What do you got to be home to do? You understand? You got the first pick in the draft. You can go and look at any position you want. You ain't got to worry about nobody picking them before you. You got them. But again, maybe I'm bugging out. Maybe I'm on a spaceship. You know, I don't know. Bap said good on what? On that trade for Screwball? Yeah, I mean, like I said, that Screwball trade, man, I don't know. I can't understand it for the life of me whatsoever. You know? But again, some of y'all just need to stop making trades, man. Just stop making trades. Just stop. Don't make no deals. A dude come to you in your DM, they'll slam the door in his face. That's it. Because you just don't know. You just don't have any idea. And it's not just one person, no, neither. That's just the and now I'm gonna be honest. Um, for me, I look at trades on the parties that's involved also. You know, that plays a role as well. The players that's involved. Because you gotta understand, DK first round pick is not the same as the Colts first round pick. You understand? You can't tell me, yo, I got DK first. DK first is like a second round pick. You understand? So everybody first round pick is not equal. If you got a top 3 pick, top 5 pick, that's not the same as having a 19th pick. Like, come on, man. Like, so yeah. So if just because I hear first round pick, I got to see who's involved in this first round pick because everybody first round pick not equal. You know, I'm just saying, man. Like again, and let me just say this too. I hate of having to get involved with people trades. If it was up to me, I wouldn't even. It wouldn't even be no approval. It wouldn't even be no approval. Yo, trades, God, make how many trades you want. But to not let the joint look like a fantasy league, you know what I'm saying? We say, yo, we gotta have some type of, direction with this. Otherwise, it would be even more crazy. But I hate trying to tell somebody what to do with their team. But I also got enough sense to look at dudes and be like, yo, what are you thinking about? I also got enough sense to know that as well. You understand? So it's like, some people, some guys just, you just let them rock. You understand? Like some guys, you let them rock. And I always bring this up. Money Mascot, Money Mascot, used to make trades, right? And Money Mascot would give you something dope. And if he sees something that he like on your team, even if he's a 66 overall, Money Mascot would trade you a player that's 90 overall for your 66 overall, and then turn that 66 overall into something, into a beast. You understand? So certain dudes, you stand down with, and you say, all right, he know what he doing. You understand? Like, and then some dudes just don't know what they doing. Simple as that. I mean, we still here at the same stage that we was at for free agency that we was since yesterday. Why? I don't know. I don't even know why we are because everything that was said today was said yesterday. Yo, don't bid on players, blah, blah, blah. Granted, everybody got different work schedules. Cool. All of that. I get it. You know what I mean? So I can't even. That's why we let free agency breathe for a day because I already knew we're going to need it a whole day just to let everybody get bids on their players, you know? But this happened Wednesday. Tomorrow is Friday. The draft ain't getting pushed back. Let me just state that. The draft will be tomorrow. If you have not spoke up about a player by tomorrow by 7 o'clock, you are out of luck on that player. Don't come at no 7:05. Don't come at no 7:10. None of that. You had 48 hours to speak up and say what you needed to say about a player. If you opened your mouth and said you wasn't signing this player, that player is fair game. Don't try to jump in now and say, yo, nah, I want my player. No, you said you said you wasn't bringing him back. Maybe this will teach some of y'all about running your mouth so fast, thinking that, you saying something that sounds slick. Well, guess what? The slick talk is on you now. Because when you say who you wasn't bringing back, all right, cool. You got to wear that now. He's fair game. You can't now say, well, you letting everybody take their players back. No, it don't work that way. You said you wasn't bringing them back. That's it. I mean, again, this what happened to free agency affected everybody. It affected people who don't have the money to sign their player back, who was going to franchise somebody, you know. Um, I'm saying even before we get to that with Norm, I'm saying dudes who didn't have money to re-sign a player still had the option to franchise tag him, but that's taken away now. You know what I mean? Right? So you got that part, and then you got the other part that I'm on, the other side to that. I had the money to sign Danielle Hunter, but I wasn't. I was going to franchise him because of his age. I didn't want to sign him to anything more than 1 year. You understand? I was looking at a 1 year rental. So now I gotta hope that I sign him for 1 year. Well, he signs with me for 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, it's nothing I can do. I mean, yeah, you definitely made a terrible mistake, but at the end of the day, it ain't the first thing that happened. I mean, Josh done messed up 2 times already. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, mistakes happen. Now, mistakes is happening too frequent for this matter, and I'll say that. But yo, man, the other thing that people need to look at is you see it ain't easy running the league. You understand what I'm saying? That's the other part of it. It ain't easy running the league. Running the league is more than just getting on and pushing the button to advance. Like, it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy running the league, no matter how easy it may look. You know what I'm saying? With me running 2 leagues, no matter how easy I make it look, it ain't easy. It's not easy running the league, yo. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it is difficult. But at the end of the day, mistakes is gonna happen, right? But it's not about what happened, it's what you do about it now. Right? That's the thing. All right, what can we do? What can we do about it? Because there ain't no sense to just keep, swimming in the sorrow. Oh man, this happened. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, we all gonna say what we say at the moment because we all like, yo, wow, that's crazy. How that happened, right? We gonna say that. But now it's like, all right, man, we passed that. What we gonna do now? You understand what I'm saying? That's what we got to do, and that's the same thing that happened now. Yeah, it's cool. It's effed up what happened with Resign getting skipped. But what we gonna do? We gonna keep sitting up here crying about that for days and days, or we gonna say, yo, look, all right, a mistake happened. How can we fix this? For me, and I'm saying I'm not, and forget Madden. I'm saying for me personally in real life, I'm the type of dude that I'm not focusing on the problems. I'm worried about the solution. We always gonna run into problems in life. That's just what it is. And I'm saying forget Madden. I ain't talking about Madden. I'm talking about real life. In real life, you always gonna run into a problem. But I'm the type of dude, yo, all right, cool. That's the problem. But I'm focused more on the solution than the problem. Because me just focus on the problem ain't helping the problem. So cool, but we human, right? So we're going to feel a way about anything. So whatever problems we come across in life, if you want to spend the rest of the day thinking about that problem, no problem. You're entitled to that, right? You're entitled to that. But I'm saying after that day, yo, dude, you got to figure something out now. You can't keep just sitting here thinking about this problem. What's the solution now? That's how I move. That's how I move in life. I'm more of a solution guy than a problem. So even when it comes to Madden, something that has nothing to do with our real life, You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is something that we just do for rec. It's like, all right, cool. Yeah, it's a problem. It's unfortunate. It's messed up. It's all those things. But what are we going to do about it now? So we came up with a solution. Yo, look, we got to swallow this pill. We do, meaning the commissioners, right? Um, everybody gonna have to sign back their players. You understand? Due to our error, and I'm saying our because a commission did it, so it's our. So due to our error, yo, we gotta let the guys sign back their players. That's it. Yo, guys, it's only season. We coming up on season 3. Last Madden, we played 7 seasons. Like, we still got wild seasons to go. Let's just get over what happened and let's just move on. We'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying for me, there's no reason why we still here in free agency when we should have advanced today. But again, if you know you're in the league, you got to pay attention, man. You got to peek your head in to see what's going on at some point in time. It's the same thing even when it comes to scheduling games. Some of y'all dudes just wait for an opponent to reach out to you. That's the dumbest strategy in the world, but y'all do that. How I know that? Because I play some of y'all too. So there's certain guys that I know for a fact do that because I play them. And I'll tell BAP, I'll be like, yo, I got to play this dude. But I say, yo, I ain't even going to reach out. And anybody know I always reach out and say something. So sometimes I won't reach out because I want to see what my opponent does. And I'll tell BAP, I'll be like, yo, homie ain't say nothing. And for me, I remember that and I keep that not just with me, but I keep that into accountability for other opponents. So another opponent, if you do something to me, I'll remember it. And then when somebody else said the same thing about you, I'm siding with that player. How? Why? Because you did the same thing to me. So I don't even need to hear what you got to say. I already know what your opponent's saying about you is correct because you did the same thing to me. You know what I mean? You did the same thing to me. Like, we just got rid of dudes because I have to play a dude, right? Yo, we advanced on Monday. Next advance is Wednesday. I'll reach out to the dude on Monday. He won't respond till Tuesday, right? And then he'll respond on Tuesday saying, yo, I'm free such and such time. I hit the dude up at the time. Not only did he not say nothing before the advance, but he'll respond after we advance to a whole new week and say, yo, all right, cool, bet. Just hit me up. Yo, what are you talking about? We in a whole new week. You just now responded to something that I said last week? Oh, yeah, you definitely ain't paying attention. So you know what? This league ain't for you. This league ain't for you. If you that much out of the loop, nah. We'll get somebody to take a spot. It happens. It happens. And I'm one of the worst dudes to do it with because I'll remember it. You know, I won't even say nothing to you. I'll remember it and I'll wait for you to do it to other users. So when the other users say something, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? I know he did that. Some of y'all will tell the same lie to multiple users. I know that too. I just ain't say nothing. Some of y'all will send me a message telling me something like, you know, oh, my girl need me to pick up from the mall. Y'all be back in 2 hours, right? And then you'll play another opponent and you're sending your another opponent the same message. Yo, my girl need me to pick up from the mall. I'll be back in 2 hours. Yo, all right, now you just BSing. See, but I know that too, but I ain't never say nothing. I keep that in my back pocket. I keep that in my back pocket to know who get the benefit of the doubt and who don't. See, everything ain't got to be addressed. Some things just for you just to know, for your own personal knowledge. That's all. You ain't got to address everything. Some things you sit with it and you remember it. All right, cool. Noted. Took notes. And then they do the same thing to somebody else. And it's like, yeah, bet. Got him. Hand the cookie jar. So, again, man, we ain't got to go on and on about mistakes that's happened. It's a mistake, right? It's a mistake. You know, really advance one too many times. It's a mistake. He didn't have nothing to gain out of it, so it wasn't malicious. It wasn't intentional. It was a mistake. Yeah, he should have paid more attention, all of that. But it was a mistake. So what we gonna do? We're gonna keep crying about that for 48 hours? Or we gonna say, all right, let's work on rectifying the problem and let's just move on. Let's just get with it. You understand? Like, that's what it's about, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sit up here and keep talking about the same thing over and over. All right, what are we going to do about it? That's it. What are we going to do about it? Because there's always a solution to any problem. It's just, do you have it in you to come up with the solution? That's it. You know what I mean? That's all it is, man. Like, the funny thing though, when Relly did this, when Relly advanced this and messed up, I had to laugh because I said, as messed up as this is, the one person that I know that's smiling right now is Josh. Man, Josh felt so happy to see somebody else in the grease besides him. It was just mad funny. I know Josh was smiling. And mind you, I didn't even speak to Josh or even send a message to Josh about that. I just knew personally from a dude that messed up twice. I know for a fact it had to feel good to see somebody in the grease and somebody else messed up and to know he had nothing to do with it. That was just funny to me. I just could not stop laughing thinking about that. I said, yo, I know Josh is smiling right now. Like, thank you, really, for you stepping up and being the latest victim of messing up. You know what I mean? Cause Josh was sick. Josh left the league. I don't know. I don't know if all of y'all. I don't know if all of y'all know that. You understand what I'm saying? Josh left the league. Josh felt so crazy and so sick about what he did. He left the league. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, bro, like, yeah, you effed up, but you ain't gotta leave the league. You know what I'm saying? But he messed up so bad that he know dudes is gonna be on his head top, and he just couldn't take it. He needed a break. He didn't want to face the music. He didn't wanna hear nothing what nobody had to say. He just left the chat. He left the league. Josh was out. You understand what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, Josh would have left. He would have stayed out if I would have gave him that energy. And if I'd have, because he already had bowed out. Josh was already like, yo, thank you for letting me be for a part of your league and everything. He already had gave me the speech, the thank you speech and everything. He was already done. His bag was packed and everything. He was ready to be out. You know what I mean? Yo, but it's like, yo, Josh, yeah, you messed up, bro. 2 times at that. I don't know how you mess up twice. I'm still not gonna understand that part. But yo, you ain't gotta lead the league, bro. Like, I still like the competitor that you are for the league. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta leave, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta come face. But I told Josh, I said, yo, bro, you just gotta come deal with it. You gotta face the music. That's all. You're gonna have to take that, bro. Like, honestly, you messed up. You gotta wear that. You gotta hold that. And he'll tell you I said that to him in the DM. Yo, you gotta wear that, dude. Ain't no you come back when things cool off. Yo, you gonna have to wear this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. You messed up. Granted, I know the last thing you want to do right now is hear what dudes is saying, but yo, you gotta hear this, bro. You know what I'm saying? You messed up. This'll help you not mess up again. But Josh was done. If I would have told Josh, yeah, bro, we're gonna have to move on from you, Josh would have walked away. He was done. I'm telling you, Josh already gave me the Hall of Fame speech and everything. Yo, thank you for letting me be a part of your league. Yo, everything is everything. Yo, y'all are great. You know what I'm saying? He hit me with all of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, Josh, put your violin away, man. You don't need to play the violin right now. That's it, bro. You know what I mean? You messed up. Just come back. You know what I mean? It's cool. We'll be all right. We'll get past it. you know. And it's the same thing now. Really effed up, really messed up, but you know what? We'll get past it. By the time week one come, ain't nobody gonna be thinking about this. You know what I'm saying? It's just for the moment. You know, it's just for the moment. It's like we'll be all right. We'll be cool. And oh yeah, next season there will be the real players. I'm gonna do the real players, the real college players. I just wanted some time to breathe from it because you got to remember when college football season first started. I'm talking about in real life. when college football season started, there were so many quarterbacks and guys that came in on a pedestal, right? So many guys came in with that they projected to do big things. And I'm telling you, I already know at that time our guys overalls was crazy. But now we at the end of college season. Now it's going to be a little more realistic. Now guys is going to be back down to normal. So that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So we got the real class. We got, the class that I got to download next season coming, but yeah, man, like, at the end of the day, yeah, exactly. He's definitely somebody who came into the league, came into the season projected to do good, and I expect him to be low overall now. So and that's the thing, like quarterbacks, I felt like if we did that draft class then, you'd have had quarterbacks with an overall of, let's say, 79. And that same 79 overall quarterback now is probably like a 70. You understand what I'm saying? So nah, exactly, Josh. I know you wanted out. I know you was if I would have gave you that energy, you was ready to just stay gone. But I ain't, it's like, nah, to me, I like what you bring to the league. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, you messed up, but your competitive nature is what we need. You understand what I'm saying? You don't get rid of guys. You don't get rid of guys that play down the middle that ball out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, man, I don't want to get rid of you for that. You know, I like what you bring. I like what you bring to the league. It's just that, yo, sometimes when you mess up, you just gotta wear that. You know what I'm saying? Plain and simple. You know. Um, but the crazy thing is another funny thing. Yesterday, right? I um I slept late, right? I didn't get up until like I think about 9 o'clock yesterday. I slept late because I say when I get up, I'm gonna do some running. I gotta do some running around for my brand. When I woke up, I had like 10 missed calls, and they all was from BAP. So you know how when you first wake up and you look at your phone and you see a bunch of missed calls, right away you know something happened. So if you woke up and you see 10, 15 missed calls from somebody in your family, you be like, oh man, what done happened? Or even if from your shorty, like if you and your shorty don't live together and your shorty, you woke up to a bunch of times and you got a bunch of missed calls from her, you're like, oh man, what done happened now? Right? You just know something happened from anybody when you wake up to 10, 15 missed calls. So I woke up, Bap called my phone like 10 times, missed calls. So right away, I know it's something for the league. I look in the chat, I see a bunch of messages. I'm like, oh man, what happened now? So I said, let me not go to the regular chat. Let me go to the commish chat. And I caught wind of what happened, you know? Um, so I caught that. So I caught that, right? What transpired in the commish chat. So now I'm like, all right, apparently this happened. Bap called. It's just funny because Bap called me like he was trying to tell me my house was on fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Bap. I'm like, yo, when I see all the missed calls, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, bro, you better be telling me my car is smoking or my house is on fire, something. You better be telling me something, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was that many missed calls. Like, wow, missed calls about, trying to put me on about what was what went down, but I just thought that was hilarious. So right away, I just knew, like, oh man, before I even start my running around, I got to find out what happened, what happened in the league, but yeah, I felt like that was hilarious. Like, Bat was calling me like he found out I was the dude that was messing with his lady. Like he called me like he went in his girl's phone and seen messages from a dude named Q. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, I'm calling this nigga Q. I'm calling Q 1,000 times so he wake up and hear what I got to say. Like, yo, nigga, talking to my shorty. Like it was that type of, it was that many missed calls. Like, yo, nigga, you sleeping with my lady? It was that type of thing. You know what I mean? But I just knew for a fact, I'm like, oh man, something happened in this league. You know, what done happened now? You know, like, because in my mind, I'm like, yo, and that's why I kept putting that DMX joint in there from Belly when he was like, here we go again. Like that's all I kept thinking about. I kept thinking about that part when DMX kept saying that in Belly, the here we go again part, you know? Um, Yeah, I was asleep, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I already was planning on sleeping a couple of extra hours because I said I got to get up. I got to do some running around for my brand. I got to go get some stuff made. So in my mind, I said, yo, I'm gonna get a little bit more extra Z's. And like I said, I had the ringer off too. It wasn't just I was asleep, I had the ringer off because I would have heard the phone, but I had the ringer off. Man, when I got up and looked at the phone and seen all these missed calls, so I'm like, wow, what happened, yo? Like, cause now in my mind, I'm like, Josh already done messed up 2 times. So I'm like, so what happened now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened now? Like, that's all I could say. And I went to the commish chat because when you first waking up, you ain't trying to go to no chat and have to read and skim through 100 messages. So I said, let me go to commish chat because it ain't have as many messages as the regular chat. So when I did that and seen it, I'm like, all right, cool. Seeing what happened, I'm like, damn, really, how did you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I'm thinking. Like, yo, really, what was you? I'm like, yo, was really high? Like, this is what I'm thinking about. I'm like, yo, really must have been high, yo. Like, how you do that? You know? Yeah, nah, listen, like I said, I know you was the one person that was smiling when this happened. Like, yo, sure feels good to see somebody else do something and I ain't got nothing to do with it, you know? So I know that type of feeling. But But yeah, man, like listen, this is a hurdle. This is a hurdle that we will get over as well. And again, we're gonna work with everybody as much as best as we can. You know what I'm saying? And for the record, when have y'all known me to not try to work with y'all? When have y'all known me to just leave y'all out to dry? I'm always trying to come up with something to try to, you know what I'm saying, help out as many guys as I can. You know, even if you talk to me on a one, I'll be like, yo, all right, I'm gonna do such and such for you. You know what I'm saying? I try to look out and accommodate people because, you know, you just don't want to leave guys out there for stuff that, you know, they have no control over. You know, so I'm always looking to try to help out as much as I can. Same now. Like, granted, I'm pretty sure even with everything happening, there's gonna be a couple of guys I might have to do something for different reasons. I'm not going to get into the reasons right now because if I get into the reasons right now, then some of y'all might take the route of acting like that's the same thing, that's the same boat that you in. So nah, I ain't gonna say what, but there's some guys I'm gonna have to do a few things for, I'm sure. And only if they speak up and say something. Look, there's 32 guys in here, y'all. It's hard to keep track of everything and everybody in a timely manner. You understand? Like sometimes you got to give us a little chance to get around to you. And if you feel like too much time went past and you ain't hear nothing, yo, blow us up. Meaning like, yo, get at us in the DM. Yo, send messages. Yo. Listen, what's up? I am waiting on the word. What's good? I ain't hear the word yet. What's the word? Like, blow us up. Don't just sit there and not say nothing, you know. But listen, again, we'll get over this. Draft is tomorrow. Season three, I think season my prediction for season three is gonna be fireworks because now I think in season three, I think everybody is gonna be way more comfortable with the game than they ever been. That's the first thing. Everybody gonna have all different type of weapons on their team now that they like to help their team out. So season three, in my opinion, is gonna come with the fireworks. Season three is gonna really jump. That's my prediction. That's what I think. I think season three is really gonna take off. I'm talking about to the point of it's gonna be going down out here. It's gonna be going down. I think in the third season, everybody gonna have their team in a direction that they saying, all right, we good. You know, and if you feeling like you still got a bunch of holes, then you know you're a terrible GM because there's no reason for you to be in season three with a bunch of holes. That's just That's just what it is. You got drafts, you got free agency, you gotta you come on now. But again, draft is tomorrow, advance is tomorrow. We'll be all right. Again, I'm gonna say this one last time. If you have a player on somebody that you shouldn't, and you end up winning that player after we told you not once, not twice, not three, but maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 times already to take the player off and you win the bid, I'm turning the player down to zero. Overall, zero. Everything, zero. Turn the player completely down. Do yourself a favor. Find out if you got a bid on somebody you shouldn't have no bids on and make it happen. Now, again, to everybody who knows that they got a player that they want back, by now you should have said something about it. You know what I'm saying? You should have said something about it by now. But again, if you pop up at 7:05, 7:03, it's too late. If you pop up after advance saying somebody did something and you didn't tell none of us, it's too late. Nothing we can do about it. You know, Mike Evans from the Bucks off limits. You know, off limits. Mike Evans. Murph is out of town. He'll be back, but we're gonna honor his wishes and make sure nobody signs his guy neither. So please, Mike Evans. Nah, no one overall, bro. Zero. Ain't no one overall. Zero everything. You know. And that's just in case guys try to play dumb and play the, I didn't get a chance to get on or I didn't know. Like, there's no way you didn't know. There's no way you in this league and you don't know what we talking about for 48 hours. And if you do use that and say that, then you don't need to be in the league because that means you ain't paying attention to what's going on anyway. So what you holding the spot for? So there's no excuse right now. Granted, today I'm gonna give today a pass because who knows what anybody's situation is. Somebody could have went out after work or whatever it is. Anybody could have just been out all day doing whatever they do. They ain't get back till later on tonight. Or for all I know, they could spend the night out. They'll be back tomorrow. Who knows? So I'm even willing to give today a pass. But what I'm saying to you is that everybody by now knows, all 32 users know the draft is Friday. Everybody know the hiccup that happened with free agency. We all know this. So if we all know this, come tomorrow, yo, man, ain't no excuses. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, you're right, Josh. This is pretty long, bro. I'm about to go and lay next to something soft and chill out. But again, draft is tomorrow, advance is tomorrow. If you don't, advance is 7. Advance free agency advance is 7 o'clock. Next advance is 7:30. Next advance is 7. Next advance don't even matter, but 7:45, let's just say, and draft is 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? So the most important advance is the first advance. That's 7 o'clock. And then the next one is 7:30. And the next one will be 7:45, 7:50, but who cares about that one? Right? But draft is 8. But again, the most important advance is the first one, 7 o'clock. If you've been out of the loop for 48 hours, that's a you problem, not us. Because if you've been out of the loop that long, then you don't even need to be worrying about what's going on in the league anyway, because you're just not in tune with nothing. So you might as well just go ahead and just give up your seat. You know, I mean, BAP got to do that because BAP created this chat, so BAP got to do it. You know, I ain't never gonna stay on here any longer. You know what I mean? And talk about the 8 to 9 stuff, bro. You know what I mean? 8 o'clock, my guy. Listen, if you can't make it, set your board, and that's that, bro. That's it. But I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hope y'all enjoyed this fifth. I'm out.